Hello folks. Welcome to iPraxa. This is our PSD file that we will be converting into an HTML5 web page today. So let's proceed. First of all, let's make a new folder on the desktop to create the directory structure, and name it New Project. Inside that folder, make a new folder and name it as XHTML. Then go inside the XHTML folder and create one more folder and name it as Common. Now open that common folder and create 4 new folders and name them CSS, Images, Fonts and JS respectively. Now let's create a new HTML5 document using Adobe Dreamweaver CS6, and save it as index.html inside the New Project folder. Then create a new CSS file and save it as style CSS inside the CSS folder. Now we will write the common or standard CSS code, which includes the margin, image, field set, focus and body. Once it's done, we will go back to HTML. Here we will write the project name inside the title tag, and link our style CSS file using the link tag. Now move back to the style CSS file and define the class of wrapper and header. Then from the Photoshop file pick up the header background color code and place it inside the CSS. After completing this, go back to the HTML. Now we will define the header section inside the body tag, and make a div tag with a class of wrapper inside the header tag. As we have made the header and div tags to make the header section of the web page, we now need to slice the required images, namely the logo image, and the main header image. Save these images inside the image folder, and go back to HTML. Now make an anchor tag for hyperlink, and then add the logo image using the image tag, and give it a class of logo, and go back to CSS and define it inside the CSS. Measure the padding from the top for the header section and define it inside the CSS. Then define a margin for the logo image. Now make a new class of header_right inside the CSS, and set it float to the right, and give it a width of 819 pixels. Now go back to HTML document, and create a new section tag with a class of header_right. Go back to the style CSS file and define the new class of top_link and make it float to the right. Then check its width in the PSD design file and declare it in the CSS. Repeat the same action, but this time measure the padding for the class of header_right and then declare it in the CSS, and also adjust its width accordingly. Now add the background color code for the top link, which you can take from the PSD file. Let's go back to the HTML document now, and make a new span tag inside the section tag and give it a class of top_link that we just defined in the CSS. Now grab the top link text from the PSD file and place it on the HTML. Then head back to the CSS file and declare its font size, line height, color code and font weight. Now it's time to check the preview our HTML page in the web browser to know what we have been able to attain till now. We missed the border radius. No issues, we'll add that right now. So open an online CSS3 generator and get a 10 pixels based border radius property and paste it inside the CSS. Oh! Did you see that we now need to place the top link text into the center? So let's do that via CSS using the text align property. Now it's time to convert the top link text into a hyperlink, so add a new anchor tag before the text and close it at the end. Then go ahead and see its preview. As you can see, the top link text has been transformed into a default style hyperlink, so to take it back to its original style, let's set its style to none using the text decoration property inside the CSS. Now we have to make our navigation menu, for which we need to make an unordered list in the HTML file. Inside that list, we will make 5 list or li tags to place the entire navigation menu. After completing this, head towards the CSS file. Now stylize the navigation bar by setting its width, and make it float to the right. Additionally, declare the unordered list width, list style, and make it float to the left. Along with that, for the li tags present inside the unordered list, set the margin from the right to 72 pixels, and make them float to left. Also declare the text decoration to none, font size, and line height for the anchor tags that we embedded into those li tags in the HTML. Now you can have a look at the navigation menu in the web browser. Oops, we have missed the font family. Let's define it in the CSS right now. Did you see the contact tab? It has gone down from its position. Don't worry, we'll fix that now via giving it a class and setting its margin in the CSS. Great work! But now we need to set its padding to make it look perfect. Now let's adjust the padding for the class of header_right. Oh! To make it look perfect, we should also adjust the padding of the navigation area. Now make a new section tag in the HTML and give it a class of banner_container, then declare its width in the CSS file. Now make another section tag inside the HTML with a class of left_banner_content. As we have made the necessary section tags, we can now place the banner image inside the section tag with a class of banner_container, and then define it in the CSS and make it float to the right. And check its preview in the web browser. Fantastic! We have got the image placed in the exact position. Now we can go ahead and write the h1 tag inside the section tag having a class of banner_content, and write the appropriate heading, which you can also copy from the PSD file. But now, as you might have already noticed in the PSD file, we need to make our heading look colorful. So for that we will cover the heading text that says demonstration with a span tag and give it a class of call. Then go back to the CSS and declare the class of left_banner_content and also make it float to the left. Now before defining its width, let's declare the padding of the class of banner_container, and adjust its width to 926 pixels. Now measure the width for the class of left_banner_content in the PSD file and define it in the CSS. Moving further, we will now declare font size, line height, and color code for the H1 tag inside the CSS. Along with that, we will now define the class of call that we gave to the span tag in the HTML. Now have a look at the preview in the web browser. Now we need to adjust the padding of the class of left_banner_content to make it look perfect. So let's do it now. Now to give the underlining effect to the heading, let's slice and save the image from the PSD and use it in CSS. Then make it no repeat to right and bottom, and also set its padding from the bottom. Now let's make a new paragraph tag inside the section tag with a class of banner_content in the HTML to place the content in it, and define its font size, line height, color code and padding inside the CSS. Now it's time to work on the body section of the design. So let's define the new container with an ID of body_container and make it float to the left. Set its width to 100% and give it a background color, which you can take from the PSD file. Then set its minimum width to 940 pixels and head back to HTML file. Now below the header section tag, create a new section tag and give it an ID of body_container. Then make new div with a class of wrapper inside this section tag. Now let's slice and save the first Joomla logo image from the PSD file.